Hello, welcome to episode 12 of the Fusewrights Union. Blaze in the Dark game where we started off blowing stuff up, and now we're just tied up in knots wondering about what to do next because of all the consequences.
I don't understand how our simple concept of sell bombs for the revolution got so polluted with any of this other garbage. It was a simple, streamlined concept.
I'll tell you where it went wrong. Was it episode 1 where we made a deal with Lord Skurlock and got into a bunch of supernatural bullshit?
Two.
Episode 0.
Episode 0.
When we decided to steal his power.
Somebody said, where do
Yeah.
you get power from? And then I
We
said,
decided to
steal it from Skurlock.
Yeah.
You never steal
yeah,
a vampire's power.
We were fucked from the beginning.
I don't know what we could have done to prevent this.
It's like the meme of like the guy sitting in the chair and the guy turns around and shoots him and he goes, "I can't believe he did this."
Yep.
I can't believe you've done this.
God, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah.
Also, the Eric Andre show is amazing. As far as like an absurdist satire take on the daily nightly show format, the Eric Andre show is the best I've ever seen. As far as like hitting the nail so hard on the head about one issue and one issue only.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird late night television.
It is.
I've also seen Hannibal Buress live, and he was wearing a jumpsuit with his own face on it.
It's funny, I just watched a Netflix thing with him in it.
Did he have a jumpsuit with his own face on it?
No, it was just the synchronicity of... That's just a Hannibal Buress reference. I watched it like 2 hours ago.
He's a good comedian.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Speaking of good comedians,
None of us.
none of us
Blades
here.
in the dark?
Yep. Hello, we have a viewer. We had a viewer.
That's me. That's me.
Tenebra?
Oh, that's not Tenebra. I'm just also viewing. That's why there's two.
I think mine isn't working properly. It's saying there's 0, but there's someone in chat.
Oh, mine says there are 2.
Okay.
Yeah, one of them's me.
So
The other one's me.
last time you guys attacked the Spirit Wardens manor, and it actually
Flawless.
wasn't the worst.
Perfect execution.
It worked.
Only one of us got beat up.
Only one of us got beat up in an alley for getting mustard on a noble's shirt.
For being a pleb.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have bruised bones.
It actually went relatively well for how dangerous it was. You guys managed to plant the weird slime monster bomb that you had acquired a while back. The demons attacked. Adric
We
just
finished a long-term project with 0 downtime days put into it, by the way. Think of it that way. Because to figure out
We
what was in
wanted to
that
know
jar
what was in it.
before, it was an 8-part clock to do the research to figure out what's in the jar. This way,
Mhm.
no downtime actions wasted. We just figured it out.
And we
Think of
don't
the
even have to
physics.
deal with it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't even
yeah.
have to deal
Not our
with it.
problem.
We used the scientific method. We had a hypothesis. There was something sentient in there. We opened it. Guess what?
It was, and it turns out that after hibernation, it was hungry.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm hearing thunder. So if everything stops, then that means our power went out.
It
about
hasn't
to say,
before, and we've
oh,
had
from
these thunderstorms a
Yeah,
while.
no, it's we've never had our power go out, but I'm just warning everyone.
Oh, really?
Uh,
How? How you never had your power go out?
we
Because
live.
they live in a country that puts money into their infrastructure.
What do you mean $0 for an electrical grid is not enough money? $0 is not enough money.
Are you telling me no amount of money is not enough money?
Yeah, just because we say so doesn't always work.
Are you telling me 60 to 70-year-old infrastructure is not good?
I mean, it was good
Potentially,
50
but I
years
don't want to
ago.
be ageist.
This is why there's a lost district in Duskfall, because they privatized the electrical fence that protected it.
So, anyways,
50 50 years ago,
Damn
Governor
deregulation.
FDR.
Yeah. You guys got away, mostly scot-free, but there was enough evidence between some hacked to pieces hulls in the basement and some
Not my
various
fault.
sightings and some people dosing the food with minor
not my fault.
hallucinogenics.
Totally my fault. I'll take that one. That's on me.
Yeah.
However-
You guys are now at war with the spirit wardens because they have
Allegedly.
afterwards figured out it was you guys. They don't know everything about you guys. They are currently searching for you. So I'm just gonna start an empty 6
I have
o'clock.
a couple legal questions about Dust
Okay.
What does their evidence, like chain of evidence procedure, look like to actually pin anything on us ever? Do they need real evidence? If so, what counts
not-
as real evidence?
They need
What
real
counts as
evidence to
hearsay?
jail you. They don't need real evidence to do anything worse or not as bad as that.
I think in the abstract, our rep is their evidence, right? Like,
Yeah.
we got
No, you
rep.
can't.
Not just your rep, your
You're
heat.
saying you've done
Your
this in
heat
the
is their
past.
evidence. Your wanted level is their evidence. Things like that.
But I
And-
guess it abstracts, but it seems kind of bullshit if they can say, well, you did this stuff in the past, so this crime was definitely you, without having witnesses.
I
or
don't think
physical
they lock
evidence.
people up for specific crimes so much as they lock people up for being criminals in their mind.
Yes.
Ugh.
I did have one bookkeeping question as far as the
okay.
wardens go. Were they already at war with the demons?
Yes.
So they should be one tier lower, correct?
Um,
Because all of the de-tiering we've done is ours, not anything between them and demons.
if you're at war with multiple factions, it doesn't stack.
But
This is-
doesn't
That's
it
right. Okay.
tick? Oh, it ticks when war happens, not when a new war
Yes,
happens.
and their hold was weakened before.
Yeah, I
Um,
think we tick their war when
As soon as basically as soon as you release
So
the
we are
the
owed a
demons.
couple more. So we were technically owed a couple like bumps in the actual mission. Not that it matters now, because their tier would have been decreased.
Well, it's
So
still
we're
still
comparing our tiers.
We never really bumped up against their tier enough that it mattered, I don't think.
That's
right?
what I
Like,
mean.
the
Not-
tier
that's
wasn't
why-
a factor.
yeah, that's why I said not that it matters now, but it should have been like.
So I'm starting an empty
mitigated.
6 o'clock. It's empty. The 6 o'clock is called the Spirit Warden's Attack because they are at war with you guys.
Can we
here's the
have?
question.
Yes, Jordan.
If we move, do they know where we move to?
Potentially, it's not going to empty that clock by itself.
That's
It could be your turf.
why I
It could be
sorta
your
suggested
HQ.
that we did a score, because if we do a repless score of moving, then no one knows.
We do a stealth mission to move our couch. This is a different game, and I wrote this game of secretly moving your couch across town. It's available on my website.
Now,
That's
here's
great.
my idea expanded off of that other idea, right? It's a show of force stealth mission where we blow up the house.
We blow up our own house.
It'll give us maybe negative rep on, wow, these guys don't know how to handle their own bombs. They did this by
Or-
accident.
Or we died in the explosion.
Yeah.
Are you just
Which
all
is useful for
going to get
hiding.
cover identities for something?
I mean, you don't already have
Higgs
one.
already has one. Yeah.
Okay. Are the rest of you guys going to get cover identities? Because the
So
Phoenix
does
would
Zayd,
need to not
actually,
be the
because-
Phoenix
Yeah.
anymore.
I could just go be Zayd instead of
True.
Phoenix.
You're right. You could. Yeah. Bruce Wayne has become a vigilante after Batman died.
Wow. All I have to do
That's
is
connection.
leave a mannequin with a couple of my handkerchiefs, and
And then
then
blow
the
it up.
body found.
And pay a coroner or 3.
Yeah,
That's when you blow
That
it
would be
up.
a wooden mannequin.
it will burn up in the fire.
'Kay.
They'll never find the body.
So for this session, it is very likely that we're just going to be doing downtime and free play and discussing and stuff like that. And if things go quickly, then maybe we'll have a score at the end for dealing with all the
Alternatives-
stuff happening.
Alternatives moving score plan while we're on the moving score idea. We go kick the shit out of Jade Eyes and her friends and we move in there.
That's a lot harder.
Oh boy.
Fuck this war we're in now. Let's start a new one.
It doesn't stack.
There-
Remember what I said? Being
It
at war.
doesn't stack. Just fucking go for it. Kick them out.
They're
Take
If we're
forgotten
gonna start a
gods
new war,
tier.
let's get a-
The
Forgotten
usually
gods.
one cult is around tier 2, 1 or 2 depending on how
Okay.
big it is, and
Yeah,
all
they're
of them
cult, they
together
cult the
is tier
gods.
3.
If we're gonna start a new war, why not join in with the Crows and the Bluecoats, who are messing around with our turf? They're having a turf war over Crowsfoot, and that's our space.
So I think
Here
I'm
we
going to
go,
go
kick
over
the
that
shit
right
out of the
now.
top.
Stuff that has
Yeah.
happened in the meanwhile. Who would like to say the stuff? I mentioned it in text after last session
Oh.
because we didn't have time to go over it.
Ooh.
Local
yeah,
news:
scroll back up.
Duskwall
Alright,
Herald,
cold
Prince.
read. I'll cold read it. Where is it? Oh, this is a while back.
Way
Way
up. I'm
up.
looking.
Way
A
up.
week ago was a long
Got
time
it.
ago.
I got it. I'll
got it?
re-put it
Okay.
in the chat so everybody can follow along. Here we go.
I think I went too
Base.
far. I hit the robot from Incredibles.
Yeah, me too.
That's pretty close
It's,
though.
it's right below that, actually.
Ah, right
Oh,
below
it
robot.
Yeah.
Now it's
Oh.
on the bottom.
I'm blind.
Okay, so you still want to read it? It's right there.
Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. The
Dateline.
Bluecoats, Dateline Duskfall. The Bluecoats did a strike into Crowsfoot and set up a base in the former Lamp Black's HQ, an old coal warehouse. They are currently in a turf war with the Crows, who have rallied the smaller gangs. Hutton, the leader of the Grinders, has vanished. He was a respected voice of the Scotland refugees and hasn't been seen in days. Darian Trellis, a now retired professor at Charterhall University and one of the names on the Heartcalm paper, has been kidnapped by unknown assailants.
So
I think that was
those
it.
are bad.
So those are
I
bad.
mean, none of them directly affect us. They're just
Well,
background.
Well, they
Huttons are
could. You
There's a
had
war
mentioned-
over our turf.
Yeah, you had mentioned previously maybe trying to get a gang of scientists.
Yes,
There's not a
that-
fire. It's just warm over there.
I
Ignore the
kinda
glowing
like-
from
I
behind the
kind of
blue
like
and the
for
smoke.
comedic, and I think
It's all fine.
for-
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
I
This is
think-
fine.
Yeah, I think for just thematic reasons for our crew, I'm super into the idea of getting a gang of scientists.
That
mean-
would be really cool.
So,
we
but
could Manhattan Project Duskfall. Like,
but the score would be the score would be us
That's how
like
the campaign
scooping in the
ends.
gang style, breaking up and kidnapping them, and then
We
we
kidnap
get the
them
gang.
before they get kidnapped.
Yeah.
That would be my score plan.
Come on,
Each of us pick a professor, and then we
And-
go and we each do our own mini score to kidnap them.
They
and the
need to come
Phoenix
out
gets to
alive.
finally say, "Come with me if you want to live."
That would be
That's
great.
the Terminator. Excuse you.
But if we're looking for a mini score, because having the gang of scientists means we could set them on bomb making duty, make us the smallest, heaviest yield bombs you can to refill
To
our
fix the
supply.
auto supply?
Well,
Yeah.
they can't get you the supplies for the bombs. It's not making the bombs the problem. It's having the raw materials that's the problem right now.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they can make the raw materials.
With
I mean,
out of thin air?
they're gonna go mine some
They have an operating
sulfur
fund.
and
They have an
talk to the
operating
peapog.
budget.
I think
Like,
maybe
they'll have
you
an
get them
operating
to get the
budget.
most bang out of the buck of the gunpowder we have.
Well,
That is a
basically, I mean,
possibility.
on
Efficiency.
on the downtime actions, the scientist gang makes their asset roll to fill the out of supply.
They'll do
clock.
something. And it could be that out of supply clock. It could be like other science
We can-
research
yeah, but
related
we can
projects.
use them to fill that out of supply
Yes.
clock.
I
That's what I
haven't
mean.
looked. Is
So
there a
it-
gang type for scientist?
If
I
not,
have to believe there is.
if
If
not,
not, we can
I'm
make
fully
one.
willing to house rule it in, honestly.
That feels appropriate for our crew, though, to have a squad of just not people that fight, not people that do other things. They're just like, scientists.
You just
But
stay
like
in the
a-
basement with your calculator and do what we say.
Here we go. Adepts actually are scholars, tinkers, social occultists, and chemists. So
Wait,
you get
who are
a
those?
gang of adepts.
Oh, adepts. Yeah,
Adepts.
cool.
Yep.
Okay.
That works great. But I'm all about that if we want like a small score for this session. I think that would be a good one, because if we're starting a war, we're not gonna have time or energy to fill that out of supply clock. And if we're fighting a war, we need to blow things up.
I like the idea, but I think we have bigger problems.
But
And
that's
as
our-
scores are
that-
the only way to deal with a lot of those problems.
What other
We
problems? Are,
Potentially free play, getting
those
some
scientists.
scientists. That we'd get
Oh, yeah.
experts instead of a gang, right?
I want the gang of
Yeah,
scientists
free
for the
free play.
reasons.
It doesn't not everything has to be a score necessarily. Free play could work. A score is just if when the stakes and the payoff is such that it fits the score better.
Yeah,
and that there's
kidnapping a
planning
scientist
involved.
doesn't honestly feel like score worthy. If I'm gonna it's obviously risky, but it doesn't seem score worthy for each of us to we're all pretty skilled at this point. We each probably have some dumb way to kidnap a scientist. Just like a single individual not trained for being kidnapped and whatever. I feel like we could pull it off.
I feel like Grind has the narrative position to be like, yo, come with me, we're in trouble.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
most of these people.
Yeah, using my I feel like a couple rolls could make that happen. But that would be
I think it would still
Dependent.
potentially be a score, but it would be a quick one. It doesn't necessarily have to be like this whole thing. You can do a score.
Yeah.
And this could be a half-hour score, honestly.
Speaking of scores, should we maybe deal with the entanglements from the last one?
Yep,
I
we
mean,
haven't
yeah,
done that yet.
I've been putting that off.
Probably do that.
Forgot about that.
So you guys have a wanted level of 1 now, which means please
We roll one die.
someone
who
roll
wait,
one.
Whose score was it? Was it mine?
I think
Yep.
it was yours.
Oh, it was mine.
All right,
It's
I
one
rolled the
die.
engagement roll, so I rolled the entanglements roll.
I'm switching us over to
And we are
so you
at
can see
heat
everything.
level 2. So it's
Don't
the
think
first.
it's
Okay, it's the
showing-
good table.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
Good table.
surprising.
Yes,
'Cause
so it's
we-
not so
we-
bad.
Wanted it up, so we're at the first heat level.
I don't want to see a 4 or a 5 right now. Just
Yeah, that's probably not good.
Oh God, please no. I'd rather have 6.
Okay.
2. Okay. Gang
There we are.
trouble or the usual suspects. Hmm.
Uh-oh.
So gang causes trouble due to flaws.
Who's their
Blue
flaws?
coats grab
We
some.
can forfeit rep equal to tier +1 to get rid of that.
So
Make
it'd just
it-
be 2?
Honestly, our rep right now is not helping because it's putting us on a coin crunch. So I'd say, yeah, do that and sacrifice the
Okay.
rep.
So I think that when you guys get back, because your gang really was not helping you a lot, I think. Maybe some of them were driving the boat while they were waiting.
They were busy dealing with Jedi's.
Yes, you're right.
No, they were
And,
moving.
and
No, they were
unsuccessfully looking for a moving spot is what
Yes.
moving. They were like packing and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when you
That's
get
what we
back,
got.
I think probably like the next day after like news of the job has spread, I think there is a knock on Hicks, the door to your room, or like over breakfast. What was the name of the like representative of the gang?
Like,
It's in the thing.
It is written down somewhere.
It's in here.
Oh, is it on the
Henner.
Henner?
Henner.
I hope he
Yeah,
got an 8.
it's Henner, the foreman.
Yeah, he's like, so I heard some troubling news over. I think he's reading the paper, and
He just has it.
yeah, he's reading the paper over breakfast. And he's like, yeah, was this us? And he like points to like the big front page article of this horrible attack. There's like photographs are not that common, but they have taken one of just the manor with this horrible ooze. And there's been, in this point, it's like several hours after the attack. There's several like electrical posts that have been planted in the ground that are just creating a sort of electrical field that's containing the slime. Mostly in. Yeah,
How poetic. We need to find a new place to live, and so do the spirit wardens.
Yeah.
kind of.
What does the what's the headline say? Does it say demons attack? Or something?
Yeah, I would say like demons attack Spirit Warden estate.
Yeah,
and
so when he
Garden
brings it up,
party at the
Hicks is
gates of
just
hell.
like-
the newspaper
like-
doesn't say you guys were behind it. It doesn't mention
I know.
your names. Just mysterious like the Spirit Wardens are looking for some human like allies that were working with the demons that they believe infiltrated.
Yeah,
them.
and so Hicks just looks him dead in the eyes and says, "No, you read the headline. Like that was demons."
But it
Possible
says right
Dracula
here.
suspect.
We I mean, you guys did something at the same time that happened. I know what. I'm not dumb. I know exactly what's
I
going
pull out
on
my
here.
pay stub from a catering event I worked. I have my thumb over the location. I'm like, we were working a catering gig.
He points to the picture, and you can see like Zayd running.
I just fucking like hold. I just like Deadeye hold the whole story straight to him. Just
You were catering a different event. He's like, okay. I think you end up forfeiting some of your rep because he's like, why would you cater to the nobles? That's against everything we stand for.
No, that's the whole thing. That's like, obviously we're doing the like we lose rep option because I'm not gonna beat him up in front of everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are now hailing here.
What? Oh, that's what that sound is.
Awesome.
Hail.
Yeah.
Cool. Welcome.
Hail's fun.
Sorry.
I get hail.
Yeah, so I think they don't know about the demons whole thing. They're suspicious, but then they're distracted.
Yeah, they're suspicious and
They're
they know
like,
I'm
oh.
lying to them. Like, that's
Okay.
why I think we lose the red because they know I'm lying, but Hicks will just straight up Deadeye say the same.
But they can't prove
thing.
it, and they can't. Yeah, they're just
Like, hey, it
grumbling.
wasn't us,
When they're
I'm
by
sorry.
themselves, they're gonna grumble about this whole thing, and yeah.
Yeah, like they know, everyone knows we're lying. It's
Okay, so you guys are tier
that's why we
1,
lose.
and you lose rep equal to tier +1, so you lose 2 rep.
That's A-okay.
It is recorded.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't seem like it's enough for them to give you any more trouble after this. They're still busy and tired from moving, and you get them on continuing that. And that's entanglements. Now it's downtime. And we'll, as usual, flip between downtime and free play, depending on how you guys want to do things.
I think straight off the bat, because they just had some complaining, Hicks will make sure that the like week's like duty rosters continue with the gang with the morning shift on the moving project.
I see. So we're immediately going to start with their quality roll?
Like the first, and like the next day after he comes and brings up the chat, he's like, "All right, we gotta get them on a project, otherwise they're gonna mull this over and it's gonna get worse."
Yep.
They need something to do.
Yeah, that's fair. So I think we're gonna roll their tier. You guys have elite thugs?
Yeah,
That's correct.
They're elite thugs and rovers.
Perfect. Yeah, thugs and rovers are between the two. That's exactly what you need for moving.
And they're both. So
okay, then let's roll 2 dice.
All right, roll.
And that'll be effectively them contributing to a long-term project. That's 1 tick.
Why are they so
They're
bad?
just awful.
That's
So
it,
that-
Patrick.
like
From now
Black
on,
Hawk
you
died.
command these people when they need to do something.
Yeah, this is them working by themselves. Apparently, they're not great by themselves. One of the Lamplocks lost.
Not, but it doesn't matter. They're doing their job. They're just doing the thing.
Yep.
I
How
mean,
are you guys
they're
doing on
union
that?
workers. They're doing the bare minimum and taking as many breaks as possible. It's fine.
Where is the long-term project being tracked? I don't see it on the crew
It's
sheet.
right here.
It's right here.
It's down at the bottom.
Oh, is it already? Oh, there it is. You're right.
We should have moved that to
Yeah,
the week. How many is it?
I didn't put it on
It's
the sheet.
2 right now of 8.
How many? 8. All right. Putting on the crew sheet.
Okay.
Oh no, there's so many things we need to do, and we only have one downtime.
And now you're at war. Yeah, I think that I'd say the justification for this is the whole you need to be more careful. There are Spirit Warden patrols out looking for you guys. They're working with the Bluecoats actively, and sometimes even the military. You probably learn that they are looking for you by name, but they don't know that much about you. They are looking for specifically the Fusewrights Union, but they don't know where your base is or where your turf is.
Real quick, before I forget, did we pick our crew upgrade because we're owed 1 crew upgrade?
No.
No, we
We
haven't
were going to
yet.
discuss courses of action and pull crew upgrade from what would best benefit us in the moment because
Okay,
we're kind of screwed.
so you'll pick it when you need it.
We'll pick it before the next score.
Yes, it should be
I feel
before
like
the
that-
end of this session, even if we don't do a score
Yeah.
this session.
All right, cool. As long as we're on the same page about it, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought an in-character discussion would be useful, you know.
True. Okay.
One mechanical thing. It's 2 stress if I heal myself, right?
Let me
I think
check
so.
Harm and healing.
I believe that's what it is.
Here we go. No, it doesn't say. It's under death. It is not. I don't think I have a handout for healing.
I got the book open.
Okay.
You're supposed
Oh,
to be
wait a
a
minute.
professional.
It might be under the after the mission
Yeah.
recover.
Yeah, the or
Oh,
Honestly, this after the
I
mission
think you're right.
page is the thing I use the most in this game.
Yeah.
I'm
As
gonna,
far as
I
the
think,
handouts,
copy
like-
it and put it in the top as well. I'm not gonna move it, but I'll copy it.
Yeah, even on the after the mission thing, recover just says get treatment to tick your healing clock. Doesn't it say on your ability, like if you heal yourself?
it's not part of my ability. It's for everybody. If you try to heal yourself, it's 2 stress.
Okay. Is there anything there? Here we go. Recover. It is under the long, like the book, large text description of the recover action. You may heal yourself if you have the physical ability. Take 2 stress when you do so. Yep.
Okay, awesome.
You can also choose to simply tough it out and heal without any treatment. Take 1 stress and roll 0 die.
Oh, so just take the lower.
Roll 2, take the lowest. Yes. Okay.
Gotcha.
Wait, that still takes an action, though, right?
Yes, it does.
So
Even
it takes a downtime action and a stress to do that. Heal.
it's yeah,
To
it's
just
the
tough it
worst
out.
possible option. It's not good. It's just you don't have access to, or for some reason refuse to go see a healer.
Yeah. See, I have a bunch
It's
of
for
stress.
prison, probably.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
for prison.
Oh, probably.
I have a bunch of stress that I need to clear before I can do another score, but I also have bruised bones, and someone got us in war, so I can't fix both.
Don't say
Yep.
someone. We all got into this.
Oh
war.
yeah.
So
my other question, traumaing out, you're
Yes.
just done to the end of the scene, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
It's
so my
intentionally
down-
vague, but we've been playing it for the end of the scene.
Okay.
Your downtime is heal yourself, trauma out, and then you're good.
Mhm.
That's great.
Oh, God, that's
Yep.
a bad plan. I love
Okay.
this plan.
No, it's a great plan. It's a great
is.
plan. What are you talking
Two
about?
things
So,
for one.
I imagine if you trauma yourself out by healing, that's just a lot of pain involved. This is like you perform
Oh, yeah.
surgery on yourself or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
No.
I plan on going for cold as the trauma because he just like shuts himself off.
Not unstable.
Ooh,
You know,
unstable.
right,
fun.
I'm one stress away from stressing out, and that doesn't sound like a bad idea.
You guys are-
Two
you guys
traumas
are-
suck.
Oh,
Warning.
you guys are insane. I'm sticking with the no trauma plan. Because
One trauma's fine.
bad.
2 is a problem.
So
Because
another
it makes
option
it
is to
so you
save
have
the
to fight
stress
pretty much
until
every time.
later, and then you can use it to resist something, and then trauma.
I basically vice every time anyway.
Okay.
But when it's your only action,
Ooh.
True. I think I'm gonna wait to do my vice roll until after we have our team meeting.
Okay. Do we want to start with a team meeting, or does someone want to do something before that?
I don't have a before team meeting thing.
I'm gonna do my plan here. Real
All right,
fast and just
let's do it.
Tinker myself out of some shit. Oh,
6.
nice.
Okay. So you're.
That gets rid of that. That gets rid of the healing progress clock. Does that go over if you don't have anything? Are you like pre-healed?
You
Yes, it
are,
does.
but it resets when you take damage anyways, so there's no point
Yeah.
in it.
yeah.
I mean, unless I don't take damage.
Yeah,
But
if you
then
have
there's
more
no
to
need to
heal,
use the
then
healing
keep
clock.
it tracked. If you don't have more to heal, then there's no point.
Okay, so if you're
Yeah.
clear on harm, it doesn't matter. Gotcha.
Correct.
It doesn't matter because it clears when you take new harm. So
Clock.
anything you bank
Right,
gets thrown
right.
away.
Okay.
Okay.
That would be a
Um,
roundabout way of doing that, but whatever.
yeah. So I could imagine this. I see they don't have it. It doesn't exist. But if it existed, I could see Grind putting on just really loud, heavy music and just doing this overnight or something like that. And he comes out the next morning with.
It's like
Yeah,
classical
infection.
music.
Like
Yeah.
with an infection.
What harm were you healing?
The face punch from your fucking sister.
It's like a Frankenstein-ass scar across your face. You like stapled it back together yourself.
I imagine like Grind just has like an emo moment in the basement, and it's just like not even really healing yourself. You're like healing the emotional damage you took from the punch.
Yeah. Great.
I just still like the idea of you to like fix something on your nose. So there's just a big gnarled,
Yeah.
like scar going across your face.
Okay. So I think the team meeting is probably. Would it be after that breakfast with the gang trouble and after they have like they're going out to go move some more stuff?
I think the gang thing would have happened first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was convalescence before the surgery attempt.
Yes.
And then while like no one was paying attention because everyone else was convalescing and Hicks was organizing the gang for their moving project, Grind did his self mutilation that gave him so much trauma it's now mechanically relevant.
Yeah,
And
reset
then
your nose.
yeah. And then
I like to
couple
imagine the
days after
trauma as
that.
sort of an extension of like that whole argument that we had
Yeah.
where I got punched in the face, where I'm just like, fuck it, I don't care anymore. I just don't care. Everybody can go fuck themselves, and I'm gonna go fix my face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing about how it's not practical to do what Ulf Ironborn was doing. It was a lost cause. Yeah.
So the trauma on two of us, cold. The trauma on the other one, I will never let anyone die again.
It's
Two
great.
extremes here.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I think the next day or something, we have our team meeting, and we all try to not look Ryan in the face.
I mean, it's healed.
Listen,
it is healed.
It is fully
Mechanically
healed.
healed, but we can tell what happens. We're just
It
like,
looks bad. It's fine. It just looks bad for now. The swelling will go down.
It's like swelling and stuff. It takes a while to be like 100% again, so we're all trying not to look at your face. It's like, don't acknowledge it. Don't acknowledge it.
When does load refresh again? Because I'll just put makeup on.
End of the mission.
Load refreshes at the beginning of a mission because you choose a new load at the start. And
it's the start of the next mission, I believe.
Yeah, and
it's actually
often that won't matter, so I'm pretty flexible with it. But if it does end up mattering, then yeah, you will still need to keep track of your load. The makeup, I don't think you'd have to use load on it for just the other crew members.
I've been clearing it at the end of the mission. And then, like, banking it ahead of time, so if I have to pull anything out before a mission.
Okay.
That's if I've been doing it backwards, I guess.
It's like,
but that's the way I was doing it.
I think other things are like that, but load specifically is the reverse. Okay. Team meeting. I'm gonna give you guys the floor. No one else is there.
So yeah, I'm assuming this would be some sort of meeting without it's like at night or something when none of the gang is there. We just have like sitting in the kitchen or something, and we have the one electric light bulb in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. It's swinging menacingly.
Well, it's not swinging, but it's just like hanging in I'm picturing because our electricity is made of nightmares in this world. The caged metal lamp. Where it's just like the pill shaped, like half a pill against the wall shaped lights.
Or like the work light.
The metal cage around it, the glass, and then there's the glow of the crackly, unstable ghost juice bulb.
Yeah, I don't think the light in this world is entirely solid. It probably pulses or writhes slightly.
Yeah, so which is why the cage helps because it's mirrored on the inside a bit, so it refracts it, so it makes it
more steady.
Looking. Yeah. It diffuses a bit, so it's easier to look, and that's why it's in the whole thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we're in the kitchen with this nightmare light, and we're talking about the gang noticed this happened. I guess the spirit wardens are going to try to kill us with their robot army. It's what do we?
I don't think they have much of a robot army anymore.
There's more robots. Why would they keep them all there? They don't keep all of their spirit wardens there. They don't keep all of the birds there. They got backups. They got shit all around this world.
Fine, then we'll deal with them too.
Or we can.
They had a big one there, though. The one that It was like it. What was it, like a jellyfish, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
It
like
looked like a
an orb with
land
little with
jelly.
like 7 or 8 tentacle limbs made of like
Mhm.
metal joints.
Now,
And
And if the rest of the crew doesn't already know, let them know what went on down with the basement.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
when
also
Adric got the schematics and everything, there was like no mention of jellyfish robot, correct? So
No.
we can assume that's pretty new.
There was no
we
mention
know
of that
it's
at all.
new because we have the receipt because we know where
Yeah.
it came from.
Yes. Yes, while you were escaping and looking around for things to loot, down in the room where you fought that thing, there was wasn't so much a receipt, it didn't so much what cost, it was a shipping manifest of sorts, a shipping order.
Yeah, where they got it from.
Yeah, a from and to
Where
address,
exactly
and
was that?
you would recognize
Coleridge.
clearly some of the parts. Yes, it's a warehouse in Coleridge.
Okay.
I don't know the best way to like actually have this conversation, but I know the root of what Hicks would be pushing for at this because I took notes about his political opinions, and so the thing that he would want with this robot address is his entire pitch and his entire take would be, if the Spirit Wardens have these, it won't be long till the Bluecoats get them. If the Bluecoats have these, we need one owned by the citizens of every neighborhood in every neighborhood. Because that would be the only way to keep robot tyranny from happening.
Give everyone robots.
Yep.
Robots in every neighborhood.
The right to bear bots shall not be infringed.
Yeah, that's
Mutually assured robot destruction.
Yes. Yes. Mutually assured robot destruction.
This has never ever gone wrong.
It's not,
Now-
but I specifically made like steampunk technocracy as like a point.
The only way we can assure that is if we get the shipments coming out of that warehouse. I don't think they know we know.
We need
Where they're
that
coming
warehouse.
Or
We need to staff that factory, and we need to just give everyone robots.
or we stick some eyes out of that warehouse, and as soon as a shipment comes out, we hit it.
But we don't need one robot. We need a lot.
Right. But what I'm saying is, we get the first shipment that comes out there, then they're gonna have to move. That's when we get the rest of the robots or the robot makers.
We want the fact, yeah, we need the robot makers. We need to unionize the robot makers.
It feels like easier than getting all the robots would be. If it's all or none, let's just make it none.
Grime, do you
Yeah.
think your friends that you talked about know how to make robots or could learn how to make robots?
Well, there are several that would be metallurgically inclined, chemically inclined. The power source on these, though, I'm not quite sure if we would have the understanding of that.
What do they run on?
Souls.
If I'm understanding the schematics
know.
correctly,
Hicks
it's
does not.
Probably demon blood.
the ectoplasmic residue of previously living humans.
So ghosts?
More their souls, actually.
So it's ghost armor.
It's a gray area.
And you really want to create more of those and put them in the hands of
Wait.
every citizen.
Do the ghosts make the decisions?
No.
It seems they are bound by some kind of programming.
That seems
Oh no.
like I want a different take now. It is just not
You
super
remember-
into the ghost slavery.
Do you remember how we had the spirit wardens help us with Ghost Ulf?
The
What if we made a
Scheiße.
robot?
Ugh.
Scheiße, you are giving the GM ideas.
Let me just write down something without committing to it.
I did it. I did it with Ein. We never got to see it. I'm doing
We
it
never
now.
saw the Cymex, so now we're gonna see an
We never
Ulfmech.
one offhand
Um,
comment.
Is there a
can
way
ruin us.
to? So Higgs will continue with some line of thought about maybe if we get the scientists to devise some way to crack the robot armor open so the ghosts could come out and be free and not controlled by the government.
Yeah, we would need. I'm sure some type of Sparkrite training would deal with that.
Can we get exorcism bombs? That's what we
Yes.
want.
A small proximity-based ghost wall generator might force them out.
Yeah, force them out. Exorcism bombs.
Well, this is like a long-term problem, right? We need to deal with the current problem of the ghost cops coming after us. So I
There
think
are
we
many
need-
other problems.
These
that we have.
problems are one in the same.
I'm thinking that
I want to plan before the war starts in earnest, so we know what our objectives are. Because currently, staying alive is not enough of an objective because they won't stop.
I
If
think
we get
need
rid of the
allies.
holes, that'll be one less thing that they have to deal with,
Yeah.
to hunt us with.
Right. I'm saying we need allies to do. So many fronts we need to fight on. We need allies.
We need those scientists.
We need the scientists. I think we also need the gondoliers. And
Yeah,
based on some of the whispers I've heard, I think we also need the help from the Grey Cloaks.
it's not a bad idea.
Were they
We
again?
do have to. We do
They're
have to
ex-blue
address.
coats.
Oh, no,
One-
Hex says no. No, we're not
No,
getting the burnout, no.
They were falsely. I don't know how much of this is like character knowledge, but I like what I read is they were falsely accused for burning down their precinct. Like, yeah, they were corrupt cops, but they didn't burn down the precinct. So now they hate the bluecoats and the guy who is sheltering our lady friend, the Colburn lady.
Strangford. We do have one other issue to address. We are dismantling the Spirit Wardens, which leaves the entire city a bit open.
That's the gondoliers. They need funding.
Yeah, we will need to prop up the gondoliers. I've also heard of another group. They are called the Silver Nails. They are renowned ghost hunters, a bit vicious, but they may be helpful.
I believe they were mercenaries, were they not?
Yeah, Severosi.
I think I fought against some of them. I'm just making this up off the top of my head. I don't know. They fought for the military, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Let me go back to that page.
I don't know. Hicks is way more into the community action approach at the gondoliers than hiring mercenaries to walk around because we don't have unlimited funding.
I'm not hiring mercenaries. They would be grateful, I think, because they have butt heads with the Wardens on many occasions. Don't know what their plans are, but they seem to be at odds.
What if we can bring these two together and absorb them into the Union?
I don't know that they would go for that. They might work with each other, however, and we could have a working relationship.
If we're looking for those to bring into the Union, how about ask the vultures? Just fix our supply problems. If we can have the materials we need, we'll be able to take these problems a lot more easily.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
excellent idea. We are running low on supply.
We were running low on supply before the war happened.
Yeah.
And there's always the ever-present problem of finding more people to give us coin for whatever we can make.
Yeah. I think in that case, if we're needing to make a lot of different allies, we should all learn how to talk first and then shoot/stab later. Perhaps we should run a seminar on silver tongues.
We're gonna hire not Tim Robbins. What's Tony Robbins?
We have a seminar day. We get the gang
You
together.
get yourself and the gang together. They bring like
and
a series
we
of like
hire a guest
slides.
speaker. We hire a guest speaker to come and talk to us about
Conversing with
Curriculum.
criminals.
about like techniques for public speaking and whatnot as we take the silver tongue upgrade.
I'm going to tell you about the art of the deal. Okay.
That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work at all.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I just had to do it. I'm sorry.
Unless we're gonna switch to selling beans, I think we avoid that one.
One comment and then I'll be done. I never thought fascism would come astride cans of beans. I never in a million years would have guessed beans would be the foundation on which this is built.
Beans are the pale horse.
Pale beans. Okay.
Ooh. Oh, silver tongues. We're taking silver
You're taking
tongues.
silver
Silver tongues,
tongues.
Silver tongues.
We're all agreed on
Okay.
that.
Marked. We're good.
Marissa,
Oh,
Do
they
we
were
want
unanimous
silver
decision or
Are we
not?
going silver tons or are we doing moving?
Oh no, for the upgrade.
Yeah, the only argument I'd say there is if we're moving, we might want to move to somewhere hidden and take that upgrade with something else. Because as is, even if we move, we're found like that. Because we don't have that upgrade.
How long do we have to move?
Not long.
If
Like,
things
job
go as well
max.
as they could, 2 scores. 2 at war scores.
Two scores.
Maximum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we get 9 crew XP in 1 score?
No.
It's
You would
not
have
possible.
to. It's not possible in 1 score. Wait a second.
Well, wait.
we
Maybe
have
have
the
an
extra
extra
XP.
trigger.
You have the extra trigger.
XP's per session, not per score.
You're right. So just don't do scores and get XP.
Well, if we don't do scores, that knocks out one of the XP triggers.
Yes, but you can portray inner conflict. That's the big one, I think.
We
Yeah, we can get
Essential
2,
nature.
4, 6. We can potentially get 8 if we max everything else in
So-
one.
We'll do our digest.
Basically, this isn't the most important thing right now, so yeah.
Well, hidden.
for Tom?
I don't think hidden is the most important thing right now because, as far as our organization, I feel like we're always going to be grade line legal, where it's like the union operates at a legal level where some of our activities connected to are not entirely legal.
You're,
like
you're
the-
saying we essentially have a cover operation without having that
It's
ability.
the motorcycle club that has the clubhouse and the like repair shop like attached to it. Where it's like, this is where we make our money. No, we don't sell drugs.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Silver tongues?
So yeah, I think silver tongues, and we can farm rep and do our best to work on that eviction date, make it
Yeah.
not happen.
Also,
until we get-
remember, can't you spend rep in, as coin for an extra action?
Yes.
Or-
Yes.
And we
Oh,
have
can't
you
you?
have a surplus of rep right now,
Yeah, we have 5 rep.
and
If we wanna go
not
backwards.
close to coin for
That
tiering
is
up.
potentially 5 extra actions.
Yeah.
We're gonna be. We have to use it super sparingly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that might be how you dig yourself out of this hole.
That
Is
will
there-
That's exactly how you're supposed to do it. I think
Well,
is to
is
spend
there-
your rep to get out of the hole.
Is there anything besides war that can reduce our tier based on taking away rep? Is my question, because I don't want to run up against something that'll drop us a tier if we use all 5 rep.
No, I don't think so. Even if you guys get attacked and lose turf or things like that, I think that would end with you guys in the same tier, but without some of the assets that you've taken. Sometimes the turf, sometimes the other things. But I don't think your tier ever
Yeah.
goes down.
I think it's
And-
only in
unless we horribly lose in the war.
Yeah, it's you rise and then and then you explode, but you don't really fall.
So I'm gonna go consort 2.
Okay.
I'm upping my consort to 1.
I am upping my command to 1.
Tricky.
Well, let
Consort 3.
me
Yeah.
update this. I can
Yeah.
update this right now while
So,
you guys keep talking.
Now,
Missing transition.
everyone, at least there's like 2 people that have overlap at 1 pip in one of those skills.
I have
Yep.
no command, and that's on purpose.
Right, I
But-
have 1 command. I just
I have
did
no-
that, so now we have
yeah.
some overlap.
I have no command or attune, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Adric
I've
has
got
a
a
2
tune.
at 1, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all that
I-
whole
'cause
research. I just wanted to
I-
figure it out more.
Yeah, I looked to see where we needed overlap, and it was only command. I think like no 2 people had, so I took command at 1. So
Okay.
now, like Adric and I can do group command, and then all the rest of those could be you 2. Like,
What
now, group
Hicks? What
command,
did you
group
up?
platoon.
I'm updating the overlay now. Indigo, what did you up for Hicks?
Oh, consort 2.
Consort to 2. And Zen, what did you up?
consort 3.
Perfect.
At least our
Um,
consorts.
Question on group action consort. Since it's
Yes.
consort with connections from your heritage, background, friends, or rivals, can you group consort with personal heritage and background or not?
I think so
I think
because
it would be
I
you have an
think
in.
fiction dependent?
It's the one person has to have it, and the rest can be hangers on, invited as you both know this.
I think
one
so.
person.
It might not be necessarily to the same effect, but you totally
it might
can.
lower
If it's a
back.
group contact, then yeah, it's all good. If it's a single contact, it might, depending on the context, not be to the same effect, but it also could be.
Okay.
'Cause it's just you
Just-
both know the same person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've been to plenty of bars with friends of a friend. Like, because we both know the same person who invited us.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Yep.
this should be updated on Roll20 now. Okay. On
Awesome.
stream.
So, upgrade is out of the way. What we doing, folks?
All right, I have my first downtime action, and it is to reduce stress. But
Okay.
I think I have my plan for doing it. What Hicks is going to do is he's going to go to the liquor store, and he's going to get the Duskwall equivalent of a keg and the bucket of ice, and go bang on the gondolier's door.
You're gonna go party with the gondolier.
Well, at least you know one of them.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if the gondoliers are normally the party type.
Yeah,
Let's see how this goes.
Sorry, but the pixels are sticking on my screen, so every once in a while, everyone's face will turn colors. I need a new monitor, so don't mind the smacking sounds.
Okay. Let's see how this goes. I think that you don't have a vice purveyor right now, do you? You got kicked out of your last one. So.
I have one. It's the red lamp.
Oh, you did get it. Yeah, you're right.
The brothel and doesn't sleep with anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, because of all the cheap alcohol there. Okay, so you're not doing that this time. That's your normal purveyor, but it's not limited, so. Okay.
I mean, unless you're going there to get the booze and girls and
That
bring
would be
them back to
weird.
the gondolier.
Hicks does not have his
Or
vice
guys,
is
whatever.
explicitly his vice is explicitly stupor. So
Yep. Okay.
it's getting hammered.
Let's see how this goes.
Yep. I'm gonna indulge vice. No bonuses.
Unless you want a devil's bargain.
I don't want a devil's bargain for no. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just gonna roll. I got 4.
Okay, so your stress goes from 7 to 3. So
I mean, not perfect, but it's better than nothing.
yes, and I think I think
I think it's because I showed up unannounced with a keg.
yeah, they don't know what to do with you. As an organization, they don't really have like super written down strict policies. They don't have a lot of bureaucracy. So some of them weren't sure what to do with you. Eventually, they, I think some of the younger ones and some of the people who are more your age and more.
Yeah, like I showed up after 5. Like I didn't show up in the middle of the workday.
Yeah. So I think some of them were
I showed up at 5. But
yeah, at 5 as the like bell rang for the shift is over.
I don't think they do shifts. Is the thing.
No, you're right.
Like, I think that's the problem.
You probably go like, yeah, you probably have like
that's the
a
problem.
boat that everyone gets drunk on. That's just like going down the canal because they're safe on the
Yeah,
canals. You're
booze
safe on the
cruise.
canals. You just
Yeah,
like, all right, everyone
yeah,
onto the
but-
party boat.
yeah. Hicks uses his logic of, well, the workday's done at 5. By union mandate, we stop working at 5. It doesn't matter. You can party after 5 because that's when the workday is over.
Yep.
And then he shows up. It's like, what? Not everyone functions on these strict time cards and rules. That has nothing to do with it. So I think that's the problem. They do night shifts, and it's like your shift should be up. Like, what do you mean overtime or extra? You gotta do
Yeah.
another round.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of them are working hard, especially now they have a bit more
Yeah.
business for some reason.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it still goes well. Jordan?
I had a dumb idea for what I can do for my vice.
Okay.
Interested?
I'm gonna hit up Costa and help her look for the Phoenix. Exactly what I would do as the Phoenix, like prowling around town, but just not as the Phoenix. And I'm like chasing my bird around. It's just like peace of mind. Like, hey, she's not gonna find me because I'm literally there and I know exactly what she's telling me.
Okay, let's see how this goes. I think that. Ooh, right now you're neutral with her, or she's her negative contact because she's after the Phoenix, right?
Yeah, because she's after the Phoenix. She just doesn't know that I'm the Phoenix.
Cool. We don't actually have anything on everyone knows. Everyone knows who the Phoenix is there. I don't think she knows yet. I cannot think of a devil's bargain yet. So
No thanks.
Yeah.
I'll just roll to indulge vice.
Yep.
4.
Okay. What was your stress at before?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I was
Out.
1 away.
Oh.
8 out of 9.
Okay. Then yeah, goes down by 4. Might want to end up doing that again, depending.
I don't know that you can do a vice roll twice, can you?
Yeah,
You can.
you can.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah,
it's a separate
as long as you
downtime.
got the downtime.
Fair enough. Adric also is doing vice. He's going to do his last attempt at trying to regain some humanity and go collect some kids, the ones that they scoped out before for that orphanage.
Oh, you're gonna go kidnap children to fill your orphanage?
Not quite. I'm making a deal with them. I'm making a deal. I will give them a
Hmm.
place to stay if they will keep eyes and tabs on my sister.
How about alternatively, you make some new orphans to fill the orphanage?
I'm going with this first because I
Okay.
imperatively want to
All right,
realize
all
that
right.
it doesn't work anymore to switch the vice over.
All right. Well, yeah, I think that this is like the super street smart kids are the ones talking to you while the rest watch, and so they're like 8 and they are acting very smooth and like they're kind of creepy scary for how dangerous they seem. Not to you, but to a regular person.
Yeah, to anyone else watching.
Yeah. Let's roll to indulge vice and open. Not add anything to it, but there will be a 6 clock for you locating your sister. This won't add anything to it. That'll be separate action.
Okay,
You're
that
indulging
seems
your
reasonable.
vice right now.
Okay, click indulge vice button. 5.
Nice.
Good with that.
Yeah. So eventually, I think I think they're like a pair of twins or something are the leaders of this gang of kids, and they basically treat it like you're offering them turf. Basically, like, all right, we can hold up there for a bit. Yeah, we'll keep an eye. We'll keep an eye out for her. They ask you to describe her name and where you last saw her and stuff like that. Like, and then I think the girl twin, the different boy and a girl, just nods at one of the kids, and one of them just like scampers off immediately. Yeah, and they pull up in your place, the orphanage you have wired for them.
You're not like fitted for living yet. You just like bought the building and like here it is, guys.
The street,
Basically.
yeah, they it's still a improvement for them.
It's a work in progress.
And there's kind of this feeling with Adric, like, okay, that was supposed to be a good thing, right? I was supposed to care about, oh, drat it, this is not going to work anymore. And so the next thing he's going to do is, okay, this isn't working. Mercy said she had something. Let's head to her.
All right.
The Super Soldier program?
Pardon?
Wasn't that a Super Soldier program?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
From orphanage to super soldier program.
Mercy's
Well,
at
Maybe
the
it'll be more useful for relieving stress.
yeah. Mercy seems to be waiting for you as you cross the bridge to White Crown. Before you, like at the entrance in Brightstone to the bridge. She just looks up and sees you. And she looks like she has been waiting and is ready for you. She says, "There you are. About time. Ready to get started?"
What are we doing?
Well, follow me, and I think she tosses you a like bundle. It's wrapped in paper. It's soft. She tosses it to you. She says, "Follow me," and she heads over to starts like walking towards a very nearby building. It's probably in somewhere like Brightstone. She heads over to like a tailor, and the tailor like lets you guys in, and she says, "Go into the changing room and try it on, because you," looks you up and down, "do not fit where we're going."
All right. Head in and do so.
Yeah, and I think that she has bought you some clothes. They are very high quality, but they're also very much meant to fit in to the citizenry of White Crown.
That could be useful at some point.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And you try them on. They fit perfectly, weirdly. And yeah, she's like, and then I don't think you don't see her pay the tailor. The tailor just like the staff of the store are acting like you guys aren't even there. And you step outside with her after, and as now you guys are, probably hail a cabbie and talk inside the carriage over to White Crown, because no nobles or anyone who lives in White Crown would walk across the bridge at least. And she fills you in well there. She says, "Well, there has been an incident with the Rowan family. Their son, their heir, this is who we'll be paying a visit to tonight. You know, he's just gotten back in from the Leviathan hunting. His ship just parked, and he'll be busy tonight, seeing his family, everything like that. He's just over here." And I think the like with the cabbie and the carriage, you go to one of the rather nice manors in the house, and I think that she leads you to a side entrance that is unguarded for some reason. And she says, "Here, you go inside. I'll wait here, see how it goes."
What are we trying to achieve?
You find him, and you make sure he doesn't wake up tomorrow. Why
All right.
is not my business and is not yours. But
All right.
okay, yeah, and she stops.
I just want. What exactly am I supposed to do? Sounds good.
Yes. Okay. Let's have a roll for you. I think you're given like a. I don't think you're identifiable. She probably also gives you a mask of some kind. I don't think it's anything fancy or anything specific. It's just their equivalent of like a ski mask over your head. Something that isn't identifiable. Like it
That
isn't
seems
doesn't
so
have
useless.
doesn't have a brand.
Put on the nice clothes so that you're not recognizable, and then wear a ski mask so that everyone immediately picks you
It's
up.
so you're not recognizable while in the neighborhood and walking
Fair enough.
around. But it's yeah. Okay.
All right.
So we've talked about this. I think the way this is going to work, and Adric's side stuff is usually it'll be a roll, just 1 or 2 rolls at most in free play. It will just be free play. It's not going to count as a downtime action, and it will be risky still and have its own consequences as free play does. And it will usually grant 1 coin as payment. Usually, if it's something especially dangerous, it'll be 2. But I don't want it to take up a significant portion of the game, so they're going to be usually off on the side. Does that work with everyone?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. I think you have been asked to prowl. Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, I think so in this case. I don't know anything that would say another line of action would be a better idea, so yeah.
Okay.
I'm told that he's supposed to be with his family?
He just got back from being at sail for on the seas for several months or weeks actually. Yes, he's definitely with his family.
In which case, my intention is to get near to said family and do what I've been asked to do, possibly with anyone else in the room as well.
Okay, cool. Let's roll prowl and see how that goes. This is risky. It actually would be desperate normally, except that Mercy has prepared the way, so it's just risky. Your effect here, I think, will have it just be standard, depending on how it goes.
Okay, do I need to do any haggling for, fine weapons and whatnot?
Not for this. I think that those are probably factored in, and mostly I think the quality of weapons tends to matter when it comes to like armor or other things. This guy's not armored. I don't think it matters.
Okay. So I'll just fine weapons and whatnot will cancel out the fact that, I technically have harm here.
Yes, it would.
Okay. Oh, bonus dice, that's where.
Do you got a 4?
Want a bargain? No, I got a 4.
Okay. So I think he is currently. You find the man. He is. This is a large manor. There's extended family around. That's not who you find. You find him currently in bed with his spouse. Do you kill them both?
Absolutely.
Cool.
I'm not asking who the spouse is first, just yes.
There are 2 people who could be problems here. Let's deal with them both.
There's a contract out on one of these 3 people, so you kill all 3 people. It's obvious.
Yes, exactly. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna just do a thing in the background. Don't worry.
There will definitely be no problems from the fact that I rolled a 4 and not a 6.
Totally not. When you get back, Mercy is not omniscient. So she doesn't actually know. Like, there isn't a scream or anything like that, except like probably a couple hours later by one of the like serving staff. But she doesn't know that you killed the wife as well, unless you just tell her. So I think she would ask you in like how'd it go, any problems, anything like that. Do you mention it to her?
They're dead.
They?
He's dead, and whoever he was with.
Okay.
A woman.
Well done. Any issues at all?
No. Any more information on Hulk's coin?
Single-minded I see as ever, Adric. Not right now, and I'm not sure why it should concern you, but here we go. And she, like, you're in a carriage, so she just, like, tosses you a couple feet away. A 1 coin as payment for this. She says, "You've done well, Adric. This was a bit of a test, see how well you did. Next ones will probably be a lot harder. I'm not going to do any prep work for that. You'll get messages. Sometimes I'll talk to you. Sometimes letters. You know, variety of things. And you do the work. Clean, simple, easy. You already know not to leave loose ends, right?
Never been a problem before.
All right. Well, she, like, gives you kind of her version of a smile again. She says, I expect great things from us working together. I'll be in touch. And she drops you off like 3 blocks from your base, from your HQ.
Oh no, if she's heading anywhere, I'm getting out of the carriage before then. That is not happening.
Okay.
Yeah, no, after I'm paid, I'm gone.
All right. Yeah, she heads out.
Okay.
You slay it, then you pay it, and then you're out.
Go stash the clothing somewhere useful so it doesn't get dirty and be used.
Yep. Okay. Clean, smooth. It's obvious to you that, like, if you guys as a crew tried to do that same thing, it would not be as easy. She very much paved the way for you. This was more of a test, not as much can you do it, but more how cold are you and things like that. How no questions asked are you? What is it like to work with? Yeah.
I was thinking that's some test when she wasn't even there, but okay. It's not a question I intend to be asking, as you know, no questions asked.
Yep. And so I think you have satisfied her in how distant you work.
Sweet, I have a coin.
I have
And
money.
murder 2 people in their beds.
Let me just tick a clock here. Who wants to do something next? Yes, Indigo.
I got a thing. So while I know we don't have, this is very much just Hicks focusing on a dumb project that doesn't help anyone. All I know, we don't have complete run of these underground tunnels. Hicks wants to scope them out even more. He's just stuck on wanting a safe way to navigate the city that is not, like, controlled by things and can be used for so many purposes.
Yeah, you can't be stop and search in tunnels.
Yeah, he's gonna try to find, like, an old, like, because the tunnels were made for a purpose. They were made as, like, are the tunnels, let's clarify actually, are the tunnels like access tunnels and used to get around the city, or the tunnels, I understand they're not all tunnels, but I'm assuming there are some literal tunnels because there are some in, like, Night Market and stuff. So
The
it's not like
original
there are-
tunnels were tunnels from the mine that, like, 1,000 years ago, Duskwall was a, like, mining town. And so that's where they
okay.
started from. And then over time, their uses and things have evolved, where now they are pretty much specifically tunnels for smuggling. Some people have taken over parts of them, and communities have actually used them as underground mushroom and other similar or farms.
All right.
as
Can I
well.
find a public bath? I want to find. Here's what I want to find by surveying the tunnels. I want to find a large public bathroom that can be converted into an underground lab.
A public bathroom specifically?
Well, something like that, where I mentioned public bathroom because that'd be the easiest thing to find for this, with the clean white tile and stuff that makes it an easy surface for a lab, because it already has running water, it already has cleanable surfaces, it's already well, maybe not the lights don't all work right now, is designed to have lighting. I just got to kick out a few toilets and put some workbenches in there, and it's a pretty functional lab.
Okay. That makes sense to me. What long-term project are you working towards? The moving or the secret
This is
passageways?
part of moving, in
Okay.
that it's diversifying where our assets are laid, and also we talked about recruiting some scientists. If we got a spot for them to work out of, that would help.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
part of the moving. It's part of the moving project.
Yep.
Like the goal is part. I'll pay coin if I really like, because we have 4 crew coin too, and that can also be used for downtime actions. If we need to, I will pay coin for this, but that's part of, I want it to be part of the moving project. It's part of, like, we are secure. That doesn't mean everything's in the same place.
Yep.
Diversifying is security.
Okay.
But finding an underground lab that we could dump these scientists into would be helpful because they have a workspace. Because
Yeah. I think
chemists-
that
chemists in a machine shop aren't the best.
without making something else your turf or similar, I think you can still totally do that. But if someone if the Wraiths or some other faction who claims ownership of this larger set of tunnels, this larger section of them, finds you, then
That's part of the
that's for
surveying.
later. That's after you move.
That's part of the surveying, is finding spots that aren't, like, specifically controlled. And I'm not taking a whole tunnel, but that was just an idea.
Yeah. No, that is a good idea. By default, there aren't any spots that are uncontrolled in the entirety of Duskwall, basically. But you could find one that they don't know someone else is in. Zen?
Or one that's contested control.
Isn't the shorthand for this just acquire asset?
Yeah, but I think you're trying to fill up the clock, basically.
Yeah, I was going to work on the moving clock with this role.
Yeah,
like, the
gotcha.
goal was to work on the moving clock.
Yep. So let's work on that.
Is finding the scientists the thing we want to do next? Like, just getting them together for like a team?
I'm gonna work on that a little bit with some actions.
Okay,
I don't know. Either way, we
anything
need a
else to
lab.
do, so.
Either way, we need a lab. It's not going to, like, hurt us to.
Yeah.
If not the Phoenix, but if Zaid wants to come and help search these tunnels.
I mean, I don't want to spend stress, so I'm still at 4.
I'm
Fair enough.
good with checking out the tunnels.
Cool. It's if someone else wants to come, I just don't want, like, the most obvious member of our squad. It's like, what are you doing in these tunnels? And why are you with Batman? Like, no one. That's not gonna help.
So I have a devil's bargain for you. You can get a bonus die if you approach the faction that controls this tunnel and just basically you get their permission to temporarily move in. What this would do would start a clock where you just have to, like, get out of that part before too long. So it would be intentionally limited.
I want these tunnels anyway, just to be ours.
Okay, so you're not getting a permission. You're not getting.
I'm not gonna rent these.
Yeah. Okay.
Hicks feels like these tunnels should be used. By Fusewrights owning, I mean the Fusewrights actively keep other gangs out and use some of them, not that we specifically monitor and control.
Yeah. Okay.
I understand that's a small semantic difference, and the game doesn't care about that, but it matters to Hicks that it's not the Fusewrights own these, it's the Fusewrights keep gangs out, and the Fusewrights also have a lab in the same space we keep gangs out of.
All right. Let's see how that works.
Yeah. So would Adric be up for, like, just walking around underground with Hicks?
Yeah, it's underground. It's not roofs. We're fine.
Cool. So
If you're looking for a rooftop apartment,
I'll take the Phoenix for the rooftop apartments.
I'm not helping you, like, fortify that sniper's nest.
No.
No, we're looking for a bathroom underground that we can fix the light bulbs on and put a workbench or two in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we start surveying. I think is the best skill, right? Or
survey works quite well. I think that there are underground like buildings that either have sunk into being underground in part of the tunnels, or were built or made into, like, restaurants or other things that would have public bathrooms.
Another reason I mentioned bathroom is if you have people working in the tunnels, more often than not, they will build a bathroom just for people working in the tunnels, especially if they're not actively using them for works anymore. The
Mhm.
bathrooms just are left. They're not going to demolish them.
Yep.
Do you want to do a group action survey, as that's probably less stress than helping? That would require both of us to fail.
Yeah. It's probably the best way to do this, right?
Yeah.
Or do I just get the bonus die if I spend or do I just get the bonus die?
You just get the
when I
bonus die
roll?
for a ally being present.
Fair enough.
I think unless Adric also used a downtime action, then
Yeah.
Yeah.
you wouldn't
That was
be
the
able
thing.
to group
Do you
project.
have
Never
any dots? Do you have any dots in survey?
I've got one.
Okay, then it's the same bonus.
Yeah.
It's the same bonus with no stress. So
So, you know,
We're
you're
gonna-
looking for a bathroom, and I'm looking for anyone who might be seeing you.
basically, you're looking that I don't get beat up while I'm looking for this bathroom.
Pretty much.
Okay. Let's see that roll in effect.
5.
That is 2 ticks on the moving clock. So we'll update it in both. If someone's updated on the crew sheet, I'll also update it to half full now.
Yeah, that feels like we found a place, but it's just a little bit more. 2 ticks means we found a place. I think out of 8.
Yeah, I think.
Because this is moving. We found like a place that would work for this. It's
Yeah,
obviously going to be. This gives perfect fodder for the gang strikes us. Like
yeah,
entanglement. It's like, where does the gang? Well, the race hit the bathroom lab we have in their turf.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's where we get hit.
yeah, exactly. It was probably. I think that it would have been probably like condemned for one reason or another. And so you
Or just or it was like super old and
Yeah.
like just no one uses it anymore, so no one's like fixed the plumbing, so we're gonna have to do some like work to make it work.
Yeah,
got
like
some
the
body
water's
oil.
not shut off, but people thought it was because the pipes are so clogged.
Yeah, the pipes we're gonna have to like rip a bunch of stuff out. It's gonna take some work to get
Yeah.
this to like be a functional place, but there's a place.
All right, cool. What do you think that this building was it just a public bathroom or was it a bathroom for a
I
different...
like your idea of it's like it was a small restaurant or something.
Yeah, it was like an old...
It's less of a bathroom and more of the kitchen.
Yeah, it was like a hole in the wall restaurant, and then you just go into
a
a public
literal
bathroom,
hole in the
and the
wall,
rest
like-
of the restaurant is still as bad as it was for now.
Yeah, we're gonna focus on getting the kitchen in order because we can use that as like a nice workspace for a lab and stuff.
Yeah,
We gotta
to
change
cook.
some countertops, we gotta fix the plumbing, we gotta fix the lights, but the kitchen will work as like a place that we can like hose down to get the sulfur and gunpowder out and stuff, because we're not
Yeah.
gonna do that in like some dingy apartment, because that's a fire hazard and we don't want to die. We don't want our workers to die because that makes for bad unions like rep. That's not doing our job if our
Okay.
bomb makers die.
There's like an old rusted, you have to wipe it off sign of what the restaurant was called, and it is called, or was called, no wonder it died, the Writhing Eel.
Gross. Super gross.
Yep.
Great name.
Yep.
Appetite.
They specialize in that squid that is still alive while you eat it.
Yeah, you pour no, it's dead. The squid that you pour, it's the thing is you pour soy sauce on it, and it's like a lizard tail where it makes the electrolytes like in the squid like shake it a bit. It only starts moving when you dump like
Oh,
salted
that's
soy sauce.
horrible
It
and
breaks
great.
the sodium content in it, and it makes like all the nerve endings fire with whatever's left in it.
Horrifying.
Except this is electroplasmic
horrifying,
soy
yes.
sauce.
It's electroplasmic soy sauce. So you see the ghosts of the tentacles because octopi have brains
Oh
in their
yeah, they have neurons
Oh, it's
in their
laced with that
limbs.
alchemical thing that makes it so you can actually see the ghost field.
Yeah, and the octopus is like, "Why are you eating my arm?"
Oh god.
Everyone just
Oh.
trips out.
Oh, that would be
Is it-
such a good. All right, if we're talking about good Duskfall party drugs, which we are now, like something that's laced with the drug that makes you see ghosts would be. I don't ever want to do anything like that in real life because that sounds horrifying. But I think that would be a thing in Duskfall. Like,
Isn't it
your-
Quicksilver?
Chicken.
Your drugs get spiked with something that makes you see ghosts. So it's not even like you're hallucinating. You just literally see ghosts while high.
Isn't that Quicksilver in the Alchemical
That's
Bandolier?
Quicksilver.
Okay,
It's
cool.
just dumping. It's the equivalent of dumping Quicksilver in someone's beer, just like bottoms up.
All right.
Call it
No
a
problem.
goofy. The ghost roofie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you found a place. What you have started moving in there. Who is next for a downtime action?
I got some stuff. Just quick bookkeeping. I am going down to. I'm taking my stash, trading it in for 2 coin.
Wait, you have your bonus downtime action too. Before
I
we
do.
start. Yes.
I do.
All right. Cool.
Um,
Sure.
But for free play, I'm going to Stasia's house.
All right. So
Is this a solo trip?
Probably.
okay.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
You knock on the door.
Yeah, go up and case the place a little bit first. If there's any, like, not roll for anything, just quick view if there's anything out of ordinary, you know.
Okay. Your immediate impression is it doesn't seem like she's home right now. There's no lights on inside. No movement.
Okay, then I'll knock on the door, and if she doesn't answer, I'll just get in myself.
Okay. There isn't an answer, but when you get in, I think. How do you get in? Like you just break open the door, or do you climb in a window?
I'd probably just bypass the lock, tinker my way in.
Okay, perfect. You step inside. Everything is dark. Everything is still. It looks like, yeah. It doesn't seem like anyone is here.
It doesn't look like anybody's been here. Any signs of her being abducted?
Let's have probably a survey roll, I think.
Okay.
This is controlled, obviously, and I think this is standard effect. You can pick this stuff up.
Sure. I'm just gonna roll it. I don't need any more bad things. That's a
you're gonna
2.
get some more.
Okay, cool. So I think that as you're looking around, there is movement in the closet, basically. And you like approach, and the closet's like locked from the outside, as it normal. You unlock it, and someone like they rush out, not like trying to get past you or anything like that, but they jump out of their in a trying to get out of where they were thing. I don't know if you recognize them at all, but they're like a stranger. They look like they have been like taken a pretty big head wound. And I think they're looking around wildly and like then look at you. You have not seen this. I don't think. Might look slightly familiar, but you don't know him by name.
Blade in hand.
Yeah.
I'll just look at him and say, "Who are you?" And Anastasia.
You.
Yeah, me. Answers the question.
He looks around again, kind of like taking in what you saw already, and he says, "She's gone. They took her, and she pushed me into the closet and locked the door. But it's like they got her.
Who are you?
I'm no one important. And he looks like he's
You're important enough to get stabbed right now. Who are you?
make a command roll.
Okay, good. I got nothing there.
This is risky. And you have standard effect. Like he still might tell you everything. He's just not exactly feeling himself right now. And you can tell that.
Okay. No bonus. That's a 3.
That's a 3. Okay. I think. Oh, what does he do? Okay, yeah. So I think he just. I don't think he just grabs the knife out of your hand. I think or at least it's not instant. I think he like grabs your hand, and you two start wrestling for the knife. And he just like eventually like, and it wasn't easy for him, but he got it. It's like, all right, Grine, I know your name. I think you're gonna answer some questions for me. That sound good?
Whatever. I don't care anymore. I'm looking for Stasia. She's obviously in trouble, and you are impeding.
Yeah.
So ask
She
your
is in
fucking
trouble.
questions so I can leave.
All right. Heartcom. Sure, you know the name for some reason.
Yeah, I've worked on it. Everyone knows this. Did you read the article? The whole fucking city knows this.
Yes. I want to know who else worked on it that wasn't named. I want to know who else there is. There wasn't anyone else. Like, wasn't anyone else.
The names were all in the paper.
Yeah.
Stasia was one of them, obviously.
Yeah, I know. That's why we're
You
here.
give a shit about
That's why I'm
her.
here. Well, that's why I'm glad that you showed up. So I am asking again. Who else worked on this thing that night?
That night? I don't know. We weren't the ones that deployed it. We just created it.
Yeah, sure.
It was not our call. Listen, if you know my name, you know who I work for, yeah? Who I work with?
Worked. Traitor.
9. Currently. You ever heard of the Fusewrights Union?
I do. Or I think he says, yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Of course I know the name.
So you are familiar with our reputation in Duskwall?
His eyes narrow slightly, which is an affirmative.
So, logically, think about this. What would I be doing? Someone that worked on this government thing that killed many people. And suddenly I am out of academia and working against the government. Blowing shit up all over this fucking city.
Okay. I think you're trying to sway him?
Unless I know him and
You could do
Connections
if I
from
can
your
use-
background?
yeah, if I can consort it, I'd rather do that. But
because you're using your background to be like, hey, here's what I did, and then from that, this logically follows. I did
Yeah.
this, right?
Let me check consort real quick.
so it's consort with connections from your heritage background, friends or rivals to gain access to resources, information, people, or places.
You're specifically trying to change his mind. I don't know how much consort fits in there. It seems like consort is we're already on the same side, or at least aligned, and we can use that for
rivals
advantage.
too, but I think the keyword is to gain access to resources, information, people, or places, and you're not trying to get anything out of him. You're trying to like
Other than who took Stasia, like that.
Well,
that's I want this
consorting would be-
conversation over.
Okay, well, if the goal is to get Stasia, to get the information about who took Stasia explicitly, and he's holding out, I think consort fits by the text. But if you're trying to convince him to be on your side, it doesn't.
You can pick Zen. You would have not as good effect. I think you would have limited effect for consort, standard effect for sway.
Well, can't afford for this to go any worse. He has a knife.
You are in a
if you
desperate
want,
position.
I could always flash back to having followed you.
That is your call. I'm not gonna make you take stress when we're down so many downtime actions.
I
If
have a
you-
lot of stash, so I could spend coin. But if you like
Stop
need me
pulling
to
out
get
of
you
your
out the dock,
stash. You're never
I
gonna
have no use for
retire.
stash.
You're never gonna retire.
He's
It's just when you do
Zayd's a
retire,
man
it's going to
that
go
never will
terribly.
retire. Let's be fair here.
Zayd's a rock star. He's not gonna live past 27.
No.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's made it this far.
Yeah, like I have not been pulling out of my stash because Hicks wants to not die. He's not planning on dying in a blaze of like glory here. He just wants to keep going.
All right. Oh, drop my phone.
Let's see how this roll goes, and then I'll see if I need to save you.
All right. Cool. So yeah, you are in a desperate position. And if you are consorting, this would be limited effect. If you are swaying, this would be standard effect.
All right.
I'd say go with the dice as opposed to
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you can make uneducated guesses to fill in the gaps of information.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna. So desperate, limited.
So in this case, you're trying to get information, but you're not really trying to get him to back down. Then
I'm trying to get him past this to tell me what I need to know. Like this is not
doesn't
what I
matter.
want to be talking about. I don't give a shit.
Okay, cool. So I think he'll still tell you what you need to know, but he's still going to be aggressive, and that's not going to change the whole he's hostile to you situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just do it. 5.
Okay. So I think he raises his knife like right at you. He says, "You know what? You can find out yourself. Coming with me right now." And he like, I think he's intending to, and he says, "We're going Char Hollow. You and me. Come on. Let's go visit some Skovlan revolutionaries." And he basically
if you know what
confesses like that's the faction he's with.
If you know where Hutton is, take me to him. We are
I
old
don't.
friends.
But I'm sure you do. And he like starts like, if you go with him, well, fight him if you want to. He intends to like have his knife at your side while you guys walk towards Char Hollow.
You can also resist and just dip.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do is try to resist.
Okay.
And
Resist
I'm
the
guessing this would
consequence
be
of
Yeah.
insight.
The consequence here is that you are being forcefully like or under threat of stabbing. You're a hostage effectively. So
Yeah.
this might be prowess because you're.
I'd
This is
say it's any of the other two because it's not a consequence.
It's not. You're right. It's not a physical consequence yet. It's just threatening.
It's
one.
like the threat of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I
And-
can see insight.
Resolve
And
or
it's an
willpower.
understanding issue. He's not understanding what's going on. I'm not understanding who the he is.
Okay. Yeah, I think insight works well then. You can like know this is what's happening with either of the other two.
Or the insight's just resisting the getting pushed because the consequence is he takes you to the second location.
The consequence is, yeah, he's bringing you
Yeah, by force. To
by
the second
force
location.
to the second location. Yeah.
So you resist that consequence of understanding with insight, and then you don't have to go.
Yep.
Okay, and that roll.
Nice.
No stress.
Oh, there it
Okay.
goes. 6.
No stress.
Very nice. So what does it look like? Do you just like basically, for God's sake, man, listen to me, kind of thing?
No, I think it's more of a totally blank and emotionless logical explanation of everything that's going on. Listen, friend, Hutton is gone. I don't know where he is. I wish I did, because then we could clear all of this up. Because guess what? He's known since the beginning.
What?
Why do you think? Have you not seen me around Char Hollow, trying to help all of these people? I'm making up for past mistakes. I had no choice in this matter. Yes, it is my fault all of these people died. I own this. But I'm working to make it better every fucking day.
And you don't know where Hutton is.
I wish I did.
You don't know
He's a good
anything
man.
about why he's gone?
He was next on my list. First, I'm trying to secure my friends, because they didn't have any choice in this either. And this mad mob is going to tear them limb from limb, trying to find reason behind the actions of the Imperium, not us.
Fine. I'm out of here. And he goes to leave and take your knife with him.
Consider the knife a gift, friend. Go cut someone that needs it.
I think he just ignores you. He's still very angry, and he's not sure what to think. He leaves. Probably gonna go get his head looked at. You're alone in Stasia's house. And you can see now, now that this person is no longer there to distract you, there are small signs of a scuffle, but it's not like there's no thrown over furniture, there's no broken like cutlery or plates or anything like that. It looks like it was not a big scuffle. If they took her, which he says they did, it was quickly or efficiently. Yeah.
All right. Shit, she was my only
Yeah.
good connection.
There's a bunch like there's her entire stock of herbs and everything that she has at home from her profession are here as well, just left.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take everything that I look at that seems useful, and I'm going to leave a note here. I don't know exactly what it says, but Stasia and Grind have been working together for years. There's some way of telling her, if you get back here, come find me.
Okay. So like an object or just like your initials or something and that's it or something like that.
Yeah, something that wouldn't lead back to me if anybody saw it, but
Except
just,
her.
you know, my handwriting and come find me at home, you know.
Because you took some of her supplies, I think I'm gonna reduce the auto supply clock by 1. Because a lot of those can also be used in stuff you guys use. Okay. Yeah, Jordan.
Could I spend a coin to do a downtime?
Sure. What are you up to?
I need to find Vampire Sister.
Perfect. Okay. How are you doing that?
So I last got her like sent from
Is this or Vice? I can do another Vice roll.
no, I'm filling a clock.
Okay.
Finding out,
Finding where she is. So I last got her like vampire scent at the apothecary, right?
Yeah, and by now that's like a couple weeks old.
Yeah. So she was a ghost. So can I pick up her like spiritual scent off of like old clothes of hers?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
You were in the same room with her. I mean,
Yeah, you
would
talked to
would
her
you have?
when she was a ghost.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did talk with her when she was a ghost. I'm essentially gonna send like it's probably like as I'm helping Costa find the Phoenix, right? Like we're chasing the bird around town,
Yes.
but it's because we're looking for the vampire.
I see. So that's your it's two downtime actions that are taking place during the same amount of like scene,
Right.
but you have a secondary objective. Okay.
I have a secondary objective, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm
See,
assuming this is
goes.
hunt.
It is indeed.
And since it
You
is
have
tracking
Ghost Hunter.
supernatural,
Yeah,
okay,
that also affects it.
cool. So position doesn't matter because it's downtime, right?
Correct.
Or it's like filling a clock, but
Yep.
the effect will be greater.
The effect will be greater, so that will matter for the number of ticks. How many empty spaces do you have on it?
Here, I'll ping it.
Okay.
What's the effect? Just great.
Yeah, because of the increased effect from that,
Okay.
it will. We'll add +1 to the effect, the result level after this.
Got it. Any devil's bargains?
Yes, because I imagine Varys is while not you're trying to keep Varys hidden from Costa. Varys is your ghost is helping you track down
Yeah.
her. So I think sightings of I think there's gonna be 1 tick on the Spirit Wardens or no another vampire.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh,
5.
fives.
So that's normally 2 ticks. It's 3 this time.
Okay.
Yeah, and so you, as you're tracking her, it seems like she's been. Ooh, let me check. She's been around a fair bit of Charter Hall, actually. Is where your path leads. You kind of lose track of her for now. With Costa there and everything, you need to do a much more in-depth tracking of her, and she is. You're not going to be able to with her there. You have to come back
Yeah.
again to continue this. But yeah, Charter Hall somewhere is where your scent leads.
And that's
Is there
where
anything
she worked previously. And Zayd would probably know that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can glean off of Costa as I'm helping her?
Yes. Costa seems to be excited about something. She's trying almost to hide it or to like act normally. But there's this energy to her that wasn't there last time you saw her.
I think Zayd will go like as we're probably like chasing the bird, right? We'll lose sight of it for a little bit, so we'll have to post up somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'll say, I know that look in your eye. What's got
What?
you? You're
It's
close
nothing.
to something.
It's nothing. Come on.
Oh,
we
come
should-
on.
Listen. I had an offer for you and you declined it and said you weren't interested. So I can't talk about it.
Well, the offer was helping you look for the Phoenix, and I just point around. What am I doing right now? Was
It's
there a separate
complicated.
offer?
Yeah. But
Well,
it's closed
that
now.
offer?
It was time limited. It's closed
Oh.
now. But it was a different kind of job.
What kind?
You know I can't talk about that.
I know not specifics, but generalities.
Okay. She looks around. Says there's some kind of it's just some like assassination jobs, like you do. But they're giving us some of the best equipment and resources to do it. Not going to say who. Not going to go into more details. I probably already said too much. But it has its perks.
And you're sure there's no more room in on that?
If you're interested, I need to know that first, otherwise I'm going to embarrass myself. I can talk to someone and see if they're willing to make an exception. If there was, win.
Is he part of this? As I like point around to like wherever the bird was last seen.
I can't say.
Make a fortune roll.
You could also study her if you want to learn some more of something she isn't saying.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that then. I'll study her to see like what kind of level of assassinations we're talking about. Are we talking like government officials? If then
Okay.
he's so in for it.
Okay. Perfect.
Uh sure, let's do study. Ooh. I assume this counts as free play, so position and effect.
Yep, this will be free play. This is separate.
Okay. Risky standard.
I think this is controlled.
Oh.
I mean, she's not hostile to you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think this is controlled. As far as she is aware, it's just a talk between friends.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Controlled standard. Any devil's bargains?
What are you trying to do again? What's like the exact thing you're trying to do?
I'm trying to get a sense on like what kind of assassinations she's talking about, right?
yeah,
Like how high profile.
yeah.
Because if it's government officials, that's like such a thing he'd be into.
I
But because he doesn't
think
know what's going on.
I can currently not think of any devil that makes sense for this.
Okay.
That I think you're willing to take it.
Yeah. I can't either. So let's go for it.
Nice. Got that 6. Okay.
Yep.
So there are two emotions that she is hiding. One, there is guilt, like not guilt for herself, but like secondary. She doesn't actually think you would like this, but she also wants you to join her, but she doesn't think you'd like it once you hear about it. It's kind of why she's opening up to you quickly once you push for it, but she didn't want to say anything at first.
Right.
The other thing you realize is that despite the fact that you guys have been effectively jogging or sprinting or running after a bird, she's not even breathing heavily.
Oh no, she's already been affected.
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't get a sense of like she just thinks I won't like it when I hear about it. Right? Like that's all I
Yeah,
can get out of it.
that's what, yeah, in terms of she doesn't think that you would like what she's doing. That's partly why she wants to know that you're in already. That's why yeah. So she doesn't actually think you'd like it, but she's not going to say that much because she doesn't want you to think less of her.
Okay. I need to know more before I make any exceptions. So what like what is it? We never go into a operation without all the intel. What is it, like government officials, revolutionaries? Like what is it?
I think you're consorting.
You
No,
are. You're
I
just
would It's up to you.
literally getting information from a rival.
I would like to
Explicitly.
pull rank on being her former superior officer and commander
Former.
But no, that's
Exactly.
that's not how command works.
with my force of personality.
Yeah, force of personality.
It's to threaten or intimidate. Your command. No, the key word here is command obedience.
With
Not
your force
like-
of personality.
With your force of personality.
I
This
don't get
is
a sense that
gain
you're getting her to
access
be
information.
obedient to you, though.
This is gaining access to information, not commanding obedience. This isn't making. It's getting the information. Making her respond doesn't guarantee that she responds appropriately or correctly.
Can I sway instead?
That would be limited effect. If you commanded,
I
it would
would
probably
say-
be no effect without pushing
I think
yourself.
command would be like the same as sway. Honestly, I would say limited, but that's not my super call.
Command right now there is zero. Like command would be completely out of the blue for her. It would be like that would be.
Yeah.
The sway is you're also half trying to get her to change her mind on something, so I could see limited instead of no effect by default.
Okay. What would limited give me in this circumstance? Like, she'd tell me like what sort of people.
She'd tell you non-specifics. She would tell you more information, but she'd still stay vague. But she would tell you more.
Yeah, I'll go for that.
'Kay.
I'll just try and sway her because it's one die versus take the lowest of two.
Yeah.
Yeah, better
Um,
go with the dice.
In this case, I don't know.
I
I'd go for
have
effect.
I have a devil's bargain that you'll probably not want, but maybe.
What is it?
I think if you're willing to accept a -1 with the Imperial military for asking too many questions,
-1 as as our faction, or
as your
me
faction.
personally?
This would be a faction-wide thing because this is. It'd be like
That's
not
big.
Adric, but like everyone else.
That's a big bargain.
It is.
That's a
That is
big
very
devil
big.
bargain.
What is -1 like relate to exactly?
They don't like
steps
you, but they're
away
not
from-
going to do anything unless it's very convenient for them about it.
-1 with the Imperial military means we're 2 steps away with war with the actual military.
With the actual Empire.
I don't think I'm gonna take that. I think I'll just take the 1 die and see what
Okay.
I get.
Just thought I'd check.
Let's stay off the military's radar.
Okay, I have a smaller Devil's Bargain that I don't know it didn't come to me earlier. 1
Okay.
heat.
What's our heat at right now?
2.
Not the worst.
Yeah, I think I'll
Same
take that
same
just
thing
to see what I
basically.
get.
Like
Yeah,
they write it down on a file somewhere.
same position, same effect.
Yeah, it's just a +1 die from the bargain. So the no, I think this will actually be risky position.
Okay.
And we mentioned limited effect.
Oh right, duh. Risky, limited. Extra die.
Now,
Crit?
no.
5.
I was about
Okay.
to say, you could do.
Oh, I could have made it desperate.
Desperate Standard got the
Oh,
extra
I
die.
totally forgot.
Got the
That's too
extra
late.
Yeah, but-
and
but-
the die.
Unless you
It's
roll
one
a
more-
6, there's a consequence that you would have to work off, right? You could take some harm. You could,
Still,
Can
if it's
I-
one more die, I would totally do that.
Could I desperate
Retroactively.
standard to roll 1 more die?
It's too late.
Dice already.
It's too
Roll
late,
the
and you
dice.
might want that resistance roll because as a consequence, I'm filling that Phoenix clock.
Oh, I would like to resist.
Okay. You can resist that. So let's
I
see what
assume
happens.
this is
Let's
insight?
one at a time. One thing at a time.
Okay.
So firstly, you succeed with consequences. So she's like, all right, well, it's not just political people. It's more we have the organization that I work for has some goals, and anyone who gets in the way of those goals, things happen to them to either make them not get in the way or make them agree. It's, standard, like, greasing the rails stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's big. It's really big. It's a very important client, very important organization, I guess is the right way to put it. And that's kind of why I'm here hunting the Phoenix. But yeah, they've made me a better soldier than I've ever been. By far.
I'd be willing to hear the elevator pitch. I can't say yes until I know more, but that is enough to have me interested.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. I think the scene for her, like everyone knows who the Phoenix is probably like after she leaves, she doesn't actually leave. She like follows you. And she sees like Varys follows you, or maybe Varys flies down to you, and she wasn't following you because she suspected you were the Phoenix. It was more because you were asking, you were very interested in this, and she was like, at least I'll learn a bit. And then she was like, how do you resist that?
I would still like to resist that.
Okay. This is just probably this is a social consequence.
Or understanding.
Yeah, this is a social consequence. Yeah. And this is probably you just realize that she's watching you, even though you pretend not to, or something like that. So you don't.
Yeah. I like have the bird beat me like somewhere else, right? Okay. Here we go.
You take one stress, and no one. She has not yet, and no one yet has. Well, not everyone has learned who the Phoenix is. So, she follows you for a bit, doesn't see anything suspicious, or maybe you give her some like what she's looking for in terms of suspicion in a very minor way, like maybe minor Fusewrights stuff. Maybe you go on a patrol around your turf, something.
Yeah, or maybe I just like, oh wait, because they don't know I'm part.
Yeah, something that.
Maybe I like pull out some flyers from my bag and start like.
Yeah, they don't know you're part of the Fusewright Union, so just general Scotland refugee stuff.
Yeah, shows that I'm like sympathetic.
Yeah, enough to like, oh, that's what it was. Okay, I can go now, and she does that.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, I think let's go for a short break. Back in a few minutes with the continuation of this episode. That was very interesting. Almost had a very close call there.
Yeah, living on the edge.
Let's go kidnap some scientists.
I think we all are.
It's a kidnapping race.
Are we looking to try and get a score done for the rest of the session, or are we looking to just keep free playing it?
Let's.
I'm running out of things to free play. Is the
talk about it during the break, but maybe we'll do a score.
Okay. Yeah. Short scientist score, which means it'll last 3 sessions. Because that's what happens to all of our short scores.
Yeah. Okay, we'll be right back in a few minutes.